and welcome back to another episode of the Console Gaffer. This time we're back with the Celtic save, and we are in season 5. And I think the last time we were here in the Celtic save, we played the European Super Cup final and we won that game by 2 goals to 1 after falling behind to Scamacca. Brian Gonzalez got a double and fired us to the UEFA Super Cup. Add to that the FIFA World Club Cup that we won, and previously before that, at the end of the season, we won the Champions League. So from there, we've played a lot of football up until this point, and we're just about to play the Premier Sports Cup final against Rangers on the 16th of December. But I just thought I'd pop in as we're going for 8 in a row this season as well, and to try and get, sorry, we've got 8 in a row at the moment. We're going for 9 in a row this season, looking to do it for the third time in the history of the club. And the aim to finish out this save is to win 10 in a row. That's what we're looking for. And if we can do that with an undefeated season, then even better. But from the UEFA Super Cup in the last episode, we've played a lot of football. So let's just bring ourselves up to speed with where we are. So we played Morton and we dispatched them pretty comfortably by 4 goals to 0. Then in the next game, the first home game of the season against Rangers, another comfortable game for us was as a 3-0 victory. Doig, McCastle and Delap with the goals. Easy as you like in that game. We then played St Mirren and we won by 2 goals to 0. Davide Fratesi and Johnny Cardoso getting the goals. Followed up by a 5-1 thumping of Aberdeen, Lillicet, Canate, Fratesi again, and Brian Gonzalez, and a consolation from McEwen. Then we played Ross County away. It was a comfortable 2-0 victory, a double for Karim Canate. And then it was our first Champions League game of the season, group stages, and again it was a comfortable 3-0 win against Premiership big boys Chelsea. Gannon Doak, Cardoso and Davide Fratesi, and as you can see, played really, really well in the game. We followed that up with another home victory, 5-2 against Dundee, which you will see the name Trilly after 5 minutes scoring. We signed him in the last day of the transfer window for £900,000 from Barcelona's Academy, Barcelona B. 26 years old, was kind of, the scouts were saying don't sign him, but for a right back up to Badia Luko, he's got all the attributes, and as you can see, he's been excellent for me in Europe and in the SPFL. Good enough technique, good passing, marking, determination's good, his mentals are all good apart from leadership, and his physicals are really, really good. So, played 10 in the William Hill Premier League, scored 2, one player of the match, an average rating of 7.1, so cannot really complain for the backup for £900,000. So, really happy with him, and that was the only transfer window purchase to be made late on in, I think it was the 2nd of December, 2nd of September, the last day of the transfer window. So after the Dundee game, we played Manchester United at home again in the Champions League, and we squeaked a 1-0 win. Kunua Parates with the goal, 51 minutes, gave us a 1-0 victory over Manchester United. We then beat Aberdeen 2-0 away in the Premier Sports Cup quarter-final. Makasso and Kuziasar with the goals. Then we played Hearts away at Tynecastle and it was a 1-1 draw. Buonanotte came on and scored in the 53rd minute to make it 1-1. And then our game in the capital continued by a 4-1 victory over the Highways. Gannon Doak scored an equaliser, but then Canate and Fratesi with a double to give us the 4-1 victory. We then played Motherwell at home and it was a 1-0 victory. Liam Delap got the goal. We then played Fiorentina in the Champions League group phase away from home, and it was a frustrating 0-0, but still undefeated at the competition. Followed that up with a 2-0 victory against Kilmarnock away from home. Kanate and Elise, 8 minutes, the damage was done. We then played Dundee United at home, and we were comfortably 2-0 up. But Carbo with one back, but we still managed to see the game out. Then the Premier Sports Cup semi-final against Dundee. It was home and hosed, 3-0 up, and then it was a late consolation goal by Samuels, but the damage was done. Then we played Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League group stage, and it was another 2-0 victory for us. An own goal, and then an early own goal, and then a Karim Kanate goal in the 92nd minute to give us the victory. We followed that up with a disappointing 0-0 draw away to Inverness. We played okay. We made a good number of changes. You can see David Watson got one of his very, very rare starts, but just couldn't score. But then we went to Ibrox and we won 2-0. Gannon Doak, 22nd minute, and that man I was telling you about, Trilly, scoring at Ibrox to make it 2-0, the right back, late on in the game, to seal the 3 points and the victory. We then played Manchester City in the Champions League group phase, and we struggled to a 2-1 defeat. We didn't really play well. Gavi got an equaliser moments after Marmoush scored, but we really got hiding in that game. It was really 2-1 going on 4 or 5. We didn't really play well in the game at all. Deservedly lost. We then followed it up with a nice 1-0 victory against St Mirren. 85th minute Karim Kanate goal got us the victory in that match. And then away from home, most recently in the last Premier League game before the Champions League match against Bayern, a 3-1 victory. Gonzalez, Kanate and Lelisit yet again doing the business for us. And then just recently, again, the last game at Allianz Arena, or as it's called now, the Fußball Arena in Munich. Kane scored and Elise scored, but Karim Kanate replied twice to give us a deserved 2-2 draw in the match, which sets us up nicely for where we're going to go next against Rangers in the Premier Sports Cup final. But before that, we will show you the Champions League group phase table. So after 6 matches, we are the current European champions. We sit 6th, 3 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat. 2 games left to play. We sit in the top 8. Hopefully we can qualify automatically. But there is a lot of big teams chasing us down there, and also teams like Arsenal, Juventus, teams like that who may struggle to actually make the top 24. And then we go to the William Hill Premier League table, and it looks like this. After we've played 16 games, we are currently 13 points clear of Rangers, 12 points clear of Hibs, who've played 1 game more than both ourselves and Rangers. And we've played 16, won 14 and drawn twice. Hearts and Inverness was the draws. So, yeah, up to this point we're going really, really well. Squad-wise, we've had a few injuries. Dane Murray has been out. David Watson's out. Jan Vergilly is out as it stands at the moment. Kuya Parates has just came back from injury. But apart from that, not too bad. AJ Elise on form again. We've just brought him back into the team, and he will play in the cup final against Rangers. And Gannon Doak was struggling at the start of the season on the right, so we switched him to the left, and he started to really motor now. And Karim Kanate is just doing what he does. He banged in 30 and 35 last season in the league, 36 and 45 in all competition. And so far this season, he scored 18 and 24, 10 and 16 in the Premier League, So he is smashing the ball home for us. And player of the year last season, Davide Fratesi, is also continuing his good spell for the club after last season's player of the year. 15 goals, 13 assists, 31 matches. He's got 5 and 14 and 4 assists and 14 as well for us. So go on, Davide Fratesi. So, yep, that is where we are currently. We have got a reduced stadium capacity at the moment. We're at 54,000, nearly 55,000, as I think there's going to be an extra 15,000 or 13,000 odd being added to the stadium, which should not be too far away from being completed in the new year. We've got a healthy transfer balance, club balance of £151.5 million. Wage budget, we're spending 1.6 with 1.95 in the bank. So, yeah, everything is going pretty well. Staff-wise, Callum McGregor doing well in his assistant manager role. Learning the ropes pretty well. You never know. Once I resign, if we can get 10 in a row, he may become the new manager. We'll just have to wait and see from that there. So, yeah, that is how things are at the moment. And as I said, transfer-wise, we didn't sign anybody else apart from Trilly at the end of the end of the transfer window for 900,000. The other ones were Gannon Doak, Lewis Miley, and Jeremy, who we've got in. And others going out just really on loan. Ospo went, and Maligan went as well. So that brings us up to date. So let's go to the tactics of the cup final against Rangers. So this is the team we're going to go for. Pretty solid. I'll go Matsima, Alise, Doig, Fratesi, Gavi, Johnny Cardoso, Lillicet, Gannon Doak with Kanati up front. So in possession, that's how we play. And out of possession, that's how we're playing as well. And the substitute bench takes care of itself. So come on the hoops, let's win this Premier Sports Cup final. So back again here, Hampden Park, yet again for the football club. And yet again it's raining, as it usually does. The two teams are about to come out onto the park. Champions League winners against Rangers. And the best team in the world, as with the Club World Cup champions as well, along with the European Super Cup winners. So we've got all the big trophies in the cabinet at the moment as the game gets underway. It's Namaso now for Rangers, gives the ball to Edwards. Comes inside Lillicet, but he goes down and Lillicet has now picked the ball up. He's going to drive forward into the Rangers box. He's in. Can he pick someone out? Cuts it back. Looking for Cardoso. There's a pick on goal! That's a good save by the goalkeeper. Corner. Minutes going out. Namaso has the ball again. Comes inside. Takai. De Sterling now. Looking for Baskin. Cortez. Still there after all this time, and Doig takes him down. And it's going to be a free kick. Elise picks the ball up, gives the ball into midfield to Fratesi. It's a slack ball, unlike him, but it's a slack ball. Fratesi now coming forward, gives the ball to Bajrami. Looks for Namaso, good first touch in the box. Celtic backing off him. Gets a shot away. That's a good save by Trafford. About 30 seconds over the minute allotted overtime. And Gavi has the ball. Free kick, last chance of the match in this first half. Gavi now with a shot. A goal off the woodwork. Cardoso. Just wide. And that will be half time. I think we've been the better side just about, but it didn't bring them down. 8 shots, 2 on target, there for 5 and 3. We have had most possession of the match. It's not really clicked in that final third today yet. I'm going to really go for them here and say I'm really angry in this game so far. But we're not going to change anything yet. Just going to continue as the Rangers get the second half underway. Cortez has the ball now. Bajrami for Rangers at the edge of the box. Good tackle from Gannon Doak. Still gets it again though. Coming forward. It's a bad tackle there. And Gavi, he has been sent off. That is not good. Puts us in the right position. I think we're going to make 3 defensive changes. We're going to bring Cameron Doak off for Marshall. Play him in there. What else can we do here? We'll bring Lillysett just in there. I'll try and go for that. But Gavi went right in him there. That was a shocker. Make another substitution here. Going to just try and go for it. We're going to bring on Liam Delap. We'll go with 2 up top. For the rest of this match, as we are down to 10 men. Kanati has the ball from deep now. The 10 men of Celtic still hanging in there. Marshall. Good ball to Parates. Plays the ball inside looking for Kanati. Back to Parates. Delivers it across. Fratesi. Parates again. Back to Fratesi. Back to Parates. He's in the box. Delap. Marshall. And Celtic. The 10 men. Celtic have scored in the 81st minute. Wonderful football. Good patient build up by Parates and Fratesi. Fratesi then plays the ball inside to Delap. Lovely cushion pass back. And there's Felix Lamarchal. They tuck it home. It's 10 man. Celtic 1. Rangers 0. Looks like we've got 6 minutes of stoppage time here. That should be it. Yes! We've done it again. Even a red card for most of the second half could not stop the boys. Felix Lamarachal, the hero on the day. Celtic 1, Rangers 0. It's another trophy in the cabinet as the rain pours down. Matsima will lift the trophy aloft the captain. And it's another title for the Hoops. Not the prettiest of games, to be fair. It doesn't matter. The Premier Sports Cup is staying at Celtic Park, and it's another trophy won. So Gavi was sent off in the 57th minute with it was a poor tackle, to be fair. On Wiley, who had to be substituted after that. And we actually played pretty well with 15 shots, we only had 3 on target. That was probably the most disappointing thing in the game. But we deserved the win. We were the better team overall, even with 10 men. But Felix Lamarachal and that little tactical change helped us get the game won against Ruud van Nistelrooy's Rangers. And delighted with that. And victorious Celtic celebrate famous treble. We've got the treble on the board already because we've won Premier Sports Cup, UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup. We're going to try and win everything this season. Imagine if we could win. Imagine if we won the Champions League again, the Scottish Cup and the league title. That would be phenomenal. But yes, that will do us there for this episode. Just giving an update on where we were in the season and in the Champions League so far. And we'll probably not come back until maybe we're playing in a Champions League knockout phase, or we win the title, or we've got a chance to win the title for 9 in a row. We'll come back then, as it's going to be a shorter episode. The shorter series this time is we want to go it's all about 10 in a row now. We've done everything else. We've won in the Champions League, we've won the Club World Cup, we've won the European Super Cup. We want to get 9 in a row for the third time in our history, and then go for 10 in a row. So we'll come back when hopefully we're ready to sew the league title up. So thanks as always for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.